used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
Hello everyone, we saw The Joker the opening night. Joker is played by Joaquin Phoenix.
And my friend has a Joker shirt, and we just saw Joker.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
It's basically a standalone DC film, so let's talk about the movie, and we'll talk about everything else later. So, Joaquin Phoenix plays a guy named Arthur, who is trying to be a stand-up comedian, but every time that he tries, it seems like it always backfires on him. Around this time, Gotham is experiencing a very bad situation. The mayor of Gotham City, who you will eventually know because of his last name, he's trying to rise the city again because it's, as he said, Gotham's lost its way and that everybody's basically just clowns. But the problem, however, is that while Arthur is trying to be a stand-up comedian, everybody else is trying to bring him down because Gotham's in turmoil, it's turning into Escape from New York, and no matter what he does, the whole time he just cannot seem to be happy. In fact, the whole movie he basically sees it plays out like a tragedy, but he says that his life is a comedy. Here is what I was thinking in my head when I saw this movie. First, let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, well, he was good.
No, he was not pretty good. He was amazing.
If you had to rank the Jokers that have come in the past,
Heath
Heath Ledger is number one.
Heath Ledger is number one. Then Joaquin Phoenix is second.
I have to agree with that because unlike in other incarnations of a Joker where you actually see him as the, crazy clown that we all know, this movie you see his digression. Society is going crazy. Everybody is acting very strange around him. You find out later that he was, not only was he physically abused, not just by his mom's boyfriend, but also by her because she did nothing to stop the abuse, but everybody's beating him up. Everybody's almost like they're turning their backs on him when it's all he wants to do is just make people laugh. You see his digression go from a guy who just wants to make people happy to a crazy man who feels like he can never be happy and just wants to basically, My friend and I were having this pretty good conversation about how exactly the digression happens. It starts very slowly. You see him from a simple guy who wants to make people laugh, and then you see everything kind of crumble around him as the world is crumbling with every day.
That's how he turns into the Joker.
He turns into the Joker by everybody else beating him up, putting him down, lying to him, making fun of him.
Well,
It drives him over the edge. He also has a neurological disorder called PBA that causes him to laugh uncontrollably at inappropriate times.
He laughs in random occasions. To me, that's just a condition. People have different disabilities, but this one is a different condition, laughing disability. To me, it doesn't bother me. It's fine. If anybody had that in real life, it wouldn't bother me because it's a condition. I respect who they are.
However, in this world, no one understands that. No one understands that he has a laughing condition. Nobody understands it. People think that it's all like a joke, and when he's laughing at very not funny situations, everybody beats him up and everybody puts him down. He also has this obsessive relationship with his mom. He has this obsessive power over his mom. It's almost like unhealthy kind of relationship. He has this control, he's always around her all the time. Whenever in her house, you never see them apart. And it's the way that he interacts with her, the way that he talks to her. It's almost like an obsessive love kind of thing. There's a lot of good themes here. While the themes of mental illness...
This movie is really dark.
Yeah.
Really dark. To me, I really enjoyed this. The storytelling in this movie is phenomenal. It's interesting. The atmosphere in the film was really good. It's actually the filming, the director and the filming. Oh wow, the filming in this movie is really outstanding. This movie was high anticipated on my list. It served really well. Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job as a Joker. And I gotta say, he could probably be a good nominee of the nominee awards. I hope he gets the award for being a good actor in this Joker, and I hope he does win. But in my opinion, he did a good job as Joker. I really enjoyed him a lot. His characterization in this film was really good. The other people that I don't know much about, and the other people in the film that I really don't know about much about the film, but mostly what took over the film was Joaquin Phoenix. His acting.
He's the reason to see this movie.
He did a phenomenal job in my own opinion. That's
Everybody puts him down, but at the same time, you know that even though you know that the Joker is a madman, a psychopath, a crazy, deranged clown who you never know what he's going to do next, this movie treats him as a character who was living in a bad place at the wrong time. This movie is very dark and is not for everyone. It deals with themes of mental illness, the side effects of mental illness, the downfall of society, and other forms of social commentary are explicitly presented here. If you like a movie with themes, it is well done, but the problem is that for writing, I know it's a thriller, I know it's an origin story, and I know it's a standalone movie on how the Joker became the Joker. But sometimes the way that the other characters, not the Joker, which we'll get to his origin name later, not the Joker, but everybody else, the writing doesn't even feel like a DC movie. It feels like it was meant to be in a police thriller or something, like Taken or Dirty Harry or something. It kind of reminded me
this
of that.
movie is actually only about Joker, nothing else. Mostly, this is his own origin story, how he became Joker, how he was turned into the Joker,
True,
and how he turned the madman as he is now. But in my opinion, I really love this movie. It was a really high anticipated film on my list. I really did enjoy it a lot. To me, it's actually one of my favorite movies right now at the moment.
Well, one of the best of the year.
Yeah, best of the year. Best of the year. To me, it is.
But I kind of had a hard time trying to figure out how everyone else is connected to him. I know that the city is overrun and everybody is so deranged and crazy at the moment. I can't tell how each of the other characters, because there's other characters that connect. For example, Robert De Niro plays a Johnny Carson type talk show host who Arthur idolizes. He watches him all the time, and just like him, they both try to make people laugh in this crazy time. However, when he tries to do stand-up, because that's what he wants to do, he wants to do stand-up after the clown thing doesn't work out. A clip of his first act appears on Murphy's show, and then he just makes fun of him for what he does. This is one of the big events in his life that breaks him down even more. And that you see that throughout the whole movie, people he knows, it's like they just beat him down, the digression gets worse, and then all of a sudden it just snaps. It gets to a point where he snaps.
It's really bad that he actually gets mad for everything.
He goes absolutely berserk.
But he knows but he does, the acting style of his was really good. He shows it on the screen how he does it really well. He's a very skinny dude in this film. Really, he's a very skinny dude in this movie.
Have you ever heard of A Machinist?
Yeah, I've seen it.
With Christian Bale?
Yeah, he is the one. Yeah, he's a very skinny. He's actually very skinny, kind of bony in a way.
You know what that's called? That's called method acting. When you get into, this is what Daniel Day-Lewis used to do. When you get into the role of a character so much that you physically transform into that character. The cinematography was good in many shots. However, a good chunk of the cinematography, however, is in close-ups. I don't have a problem with close-ups, but there's way too many of them in this movie, and I think it could have been cut down a little bit. It's just a nitpick, but Overall, the cinematography, music, acting by Joaquin Phoenix, overall is good. I just had more nitpicky issues, that's all. I just had some more, like, little nitpicky things.
Everything else in this film was really interesting and kind of dark. Dark movies I really enjoy.
That's why...
That's the movie I really liked about
That's
this
why
film.
I'm saying it's not for everyone, because it's really dark. I mean, like,
I really enjoyed it. To me, dark films, it really interests me.
Dark films can work if there's a story to balance it out. And this one has a story, but the story is mostly about one character, not about everyone else. I mean, it was pretty much just that, you know. It's really dark. It manages to deliver on good performance and themes. So if you like that, you might actually like this fine. If you do not like dark movies, then I highly advise you to avoid this altogether and watch a Batman movie instead. Because of the dark tone of a movie, this movie, like I said earlier, is not for everyone. Its treatment of a main character, the violence presented in the movie, as well as the pacing of the film, this movie may be offensive or disturbing to some people. So make sure that you are aware of the themes of the movie first before you consider whether or not to see Joker.
I would not recommend to avoid this movie entirely at all. Don't, because in my opinion, it's a really worth watching movie in theaters. And I would recommend watching this movie in theaters if you guys are a fan of Joker. If you guys are a fan of Joker and things like that, you definitely will. A Joker movie actually is a good movie right now at the theater. So I would recommend watch this movie in theaters. Don't miss it. Actually, it's definitely worth watching.
I have to think about these things because, you know, families, you know, going to movies, you know, they're trying to figure out what to watch. So don't see if you don't like dark movies. But if you do like a good performance by Joaquin Phoenix, who, if you loved him as playing Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, you may like him as the polar opposite in this. If you like a movie that explores themes, then you might enjoy this fine. I liked the themes and the performance. I have a hard time shaking off... Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight will be number one in my book because he utilized every single version of a Joker that ever came out. The Cesar Romero Joker from the Adam West TV show, the Jack Nicholson Joker, the comic book, the animated series. He utilized all these different Jokers and combined them into one, while simultaneously giving us a great, memorable performance. That is the best Joker. Joaquin Phoenix would be number two. Because at the very least, you get to see what turns him into the Joker. Everything from this, how society's going crazy, how everyone basically makes fun of him, everyone beats him up, the physical abuse that he had as a child, the obsessive relationship with his mom, everything just mashes into place. And you see that very explicitly in the film. 3 would have to be, I don't know, the animated series. The point we're trying to make is that Joaquin Phoenix is a good Joker on his own. Overall, well, where do I put this? I mean, DC has had a bad track record for live action films. I mean, this is
a good one.
There was Man of Steel, which was decent, but it had a very mixed reaction. Batman v Superman was garbage.
Aquaman was good.
Aquaman was not bad. Wonder Woman was good. Suicide Squad was...
You seen it?
Yeah.
I missed it, whatever.
I saw it driving, and it was... I don't know.
To me, this movie...
And then there was Justice League.
Yeah, that's the one.
That one was, again, that was fun, but okay. And then there was Aquaman, which tried to be, like, fine, I guess.
Underwater.
And then there was Shazam, which I haven't even seen, but that's not a DCEU movie.
God.
I know, I need to watch that.
It actually is DC, I think.
But it is DC, but it's not a DCEU movie.
Yeah, true.
Neither is this. And I don't...
But
where would I rank this? I'd rank this...
It is in the DC universe, though.
It's a DC movie with DC characters. It doesn't matter. The point is... It doesn't matter. Shut up.
The point is...
Look, I don't know, man. Is it good? Well, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's good.
It's an amazing movie. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
It's got a great performance by Joaquin Phoenix. What really grabbed me about this movie were two things: the
Acting.
acting by Joaquin Phoenix and the themes. Those are the best selling points of a movie. Otherwise, if you like good themes and if you like a good performance, watch this. It's not for everyone. This is the second movie that I've seen this year that is not for everyone. Rambo Last Blood was another one. If you don't like superhero movies, you're not even gonna bother with this one because it's not a superhero movie. It's not an anti-hero movie. It's standalone villain
Perfectly
origin
well
story.
done, well crafted, in my own opinion.
It's definitely good. I think I'd say I have to give it. Oh, this is gonna be tough. 8.
A 9. Joker deserves a 9.
I give it an
enjoyed
8.
It's still it's 8 and a 9. Still a good grade for the film. And to me, the reason why I give it a 9 is because of good performance, good acting, good theme. The acting is done. The reason why I like the acting is one to the movie was Joaquin Phoenix did a good job. The acting, the theme was good.
I didn't really have any expectations for it, to be honest.
Everything else in this film was really interesting and kind of dark.
I give it an 8. He gives it a 9. Overall,
It's actually worth watching.
yeah.
If you're
Well, if you like the Batman series, if you like Batman. So,
and there's actually a classic shot of this you don't want to miss.
at the very end.